It's burning high, it's burning wide. When ashes fall, the legends rise. Hello, everybody. Dana Rock 08. Finally, after well over a year of absence, Dana Rock 08 is back with a vengeance. Back to inject YouTube with a lethal dose of poison. This is the Sweet Saudi Arabian Show reviews. First thing is the greatest Royal Rumble, or how I will call it, Sweet Saudi Money, Episode 1, The Phantom Rumble. So, the Saudi Arabia shows. Basically, it's the Sweet Saudi Prince. It's him basically saying, now they know my true power. I compare these shows to those old UK pay-per-views. You know, those One Night Only, Rebellions, Insurrections. The Australia had one. Global Warning, for example. Nothing happened on those shows. Nothing except One Night Only. Nothing too memorable. Nothing really too grandeur. You didn't have anything special. I can't remember any matches from any Rebellion or any Insurrection whatsoever, or Global Warning, for example. And just like those shows, these shows, you don't have anything memorable otherwise. The only thing memorable about these shows are the epic, insane botches. Even with having these iconic matches like Undertaker Goldberg, which I will talk about soon enough, John Cena, Triple H, Randy Orton, so on and so forth, Brothers of Destruction versus D-Generation X. I cannot forget that one. Can't wait to talk about that shit. They're still filled with botches, and the Greatest Royal Rumble is the start of the trend of many botches. Mafu, this is another Christmas for him, for example. But it's also kind of like, it's nothing like those shows, because those shows had very little production values. These shows have $1 million paychecks, $1 million payouts, $1 million production values. We have pyro for every match, every title match. Every fucking superstar has pyro. Even fucking Jinder Mahal had pyro, for God's sakes. The modern day Maharaja had pyro. Of course he did. Samoa Joe had pyro. Everyone has pyro. And, of course, but it's more than that. You see, these shows, they're kind of like that South Park episode, that Halloween episode where Satan is hosting this big grand party because he wants to be like all those spoiled, rotten teenagers who have all these great parties. You know, you get the celebrities like Steve Irwin. You get a Ferrari cake, and so on and so forth. That's basically what these Saudi Arabia shows are. It's the prince and the royal family showcasing their power. Now they know their true power. We're gonna have the Ultimate Warrior. The Ultimate Warrior died. Oh, we're gonna have Yokozuna. Yokozuna's dead. Well, we're going to have Yokozuna somehow. Somehow put Yokozuna in this show. And we will see Yokozuna in the show. And so on and so forth. It's covered with controversy. Everybody knows women cannot compete in Saudi Arabia. And so on and so forth. Maybe eventually they will. They'll probably have to cover up and have Ric Flair out there with them. But let's go. Let's start this show after talking 4.5 fucking minutes. We start the show. John Cena defeating Triple H, icon versus icon, in one of the easiest match I've ever seen these two put on. Literally, there is very little communication going on between Triple H and John Cena. They almost don't even have to communicate. You don't hear John Cena screaming at the top of his lungs, calling spots. You don't hear Triple H screaming, calling spots. There's nothing complex. Really, the only thing memorable about this match is John Cena going for the top rope leg drop. Triple H catches him with a powerbomb, which is a repeated spot from SummerSlam 2008, which he broke his neck from, I think, or a pectoral muscle. But you know, he's done the thing so many times that, you know, it's easy. This is the easiest, one of the most basic vanilla matches ever. 6 out of 10, nothing special. John Cena hits 2 AAs back to back. It's nothing like the WrestleMania 22 match. Let's continue on. John Cena talks about how thankful, how humble he is to be in Saudi Arabia and the opportunities it's bringing him and bringing the WWE universe and the WWE people. But it's funny because he's not going to be there come Crown Jewel. Next up, we have Cedric Alexander defeating Kalisto to retain his Cruiserweight title. It's a basic run-of-the-mill Cruiserweight title match. The only thing noteworthy is the springboard Spanish fly. Cedric wins with the lumbar check and retains his title. 6.5 out of 10. Next up, Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt. I forgot these two were a tag team because they were going nowhere. They defeat the Bar to capture the Raw tag team titles, which were vacated. This is a basic, nothing special, run-of-the-mill tag team title match. Nothing happened, nothing special, nothing more, nothing less. 4 on 10. It's a house show match, like I said. And, of course, fucking everyone gets pyro, and Bray Wyatt has this really great effect with the lights. So, anyways, then it happens. Jeff Hardy and Jinder Mahal, good lord. They have a United States Championship match. Jeff Hardy retains with the Swanton Bomb. Now, there is many botches, but the biggest botch of them all in this match is that whisper in the wind. So Jeff Hardy goes for his whisper in the wind. Jinder Mahal is way the fuck away from him. This far away from contact. So Jeff finishes the whisper in the wind. He lands. And Jinder Mahal, who gets nowhere near contact, takes the bump anyways. So then they have to scramble. It's like, oh, Jinder Mahal was playing possum or whatever the fuck. I mean, all he had to do was not take the bump, make it look like he was grabbing the rope so it made it look like Jeff Hardy lost his balance. Improvise, damn it. But it happened too fast, and it's very noticeable, and it's very fucking funny. The whisper, the phantom whisper in the wind, for God's sakes. 3 out of 10. Would probably give it a 2, but that whisper in the wind is something special. Next up, Chris Jericho, who I completely forgot was on the show, comes back for Saudi Arabia. This is the only time, it's the last time he is in WWE for now. He cuts a great promo. He cuts how the Greatest Warrior Rumble has so many great stars, including Mark Henry and Rey Mysterio and Kevin Owens, Shane McMahon, Kurt Angle, Mojo Rawley. Mojo Rawley is in the Warrior Rumble, you guys. Mojo freaking Rawley. He mistakes Mike as Tom Phillips, and so on and so forth. Everyone makes the list, and we go on. Daniel Bryan has a promo, blah, blah, blah. We get more propaganda videos, more propaganda crap. The Bludgeon Brothers defeat the Usos to retain the SmackDown Tag Team titles in a nothing match, nothing special. Blink and you miss it. 5 minutes, popcorn fart. 2 out of 10. Seth Rollins defeats The Miz, Finn Balor, Samoa Joe in a ladder match to retain his Intercontinental Championship. This ladder match is actually pretty fun. It's really hard to have a boring as piss ladder match, and they have a competent ladder match. I'm giving it a 7.5 because of the finish. The best match by far on the card. 7.5, the best. One of the really good finish, though. The only thing memorable is the finish. And that's Finn Balor's climbing the ladder. And then out of nowhere, Seth Rollins, he does a springboard jump off of the ropes onto the ladder, climbs the ladder, gets the Intercontinental title before Finn Balor knew what the fuck was going on, and takes it down. He is still your Intercontinental Champion. Of course he is, because no titles are going to change hands in Saudi freaking Arabia. 7.5. We get this video package of some recruits, and there's a guy named Mansoor. Keep a lookout on him. I will talk about him soon enough in the following year's Super Showdown. They beat up Daivaris, which is kind of funny. AJ Styles and Shinsuke Nakamura go to a draw as both men were counted out. This was their ongoing battle of Dick Kick City, Uppercut City, whatever. At the end of WrestleMania 34, one of the most disappointing matches, Shinsuke Nakamura turned heel by uppercutting AJ Styles in the balls. Kind of like how Chris Jericho did it to Shawn Michaels at WrestleMania 19. They did the same here with Shinsuke. Not as memorable, not nearly as cool as that was. But I digress. This is a nothing match, nothing special. They do the uppercut to the groin area with AJ Styles go for the phenomenal forearm. Shinsuke moves. He almost hits the ref. And while the ref's back was turned and AJ's back was turned, there goes the uppercut to the balls. They go to the outside, and that's the end of the match, basically. Undertaker. By the way, that's a 6.5. Undertaker defeats Rusev in a casket match because we have to have a casket match. Every title is defended. We have casket matches. We have ladder matches. We have a 50-man Royal Rumble match. We have John Cena versus Triple H. We have a steel cage match. Now they know my power. Undertaker defeats Rusev in one of the most boring, forgettable casket matches I've ever seen. Hell, Undertaker versus Mark Henry at WrestleMania 22 was more forgettable than this. Was not nearly as forgettable as this fucking casket match. Good Lord. And Rusev didn't even sell it because nothing happened everything that happened on this show is basically not canon. It doesn't really happen. It's not canon. It's not story. It doesn't go with the year. It's not canon whatsoever. 4 out of 10. Next up, Brock Lesnar defeats Roman Reigns, and I use quotation marks because you're going to see why. Defeats Roman Reigns in a steel cage match to retain his Universal title as we trend on and on through this horrendous reign of terror that's worse than Triple H's. A 3 on 10. This is just a basic Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns match. You have German suplexes. You have Superman punches. You have F5s. You have spears, F5s, Germans, no cells, and that's basically it. The finish comes when Roman Reigns spears the shit out of Brock Lesnar, breaking the cage wall and crashing both men to the ground. In a steel cage match, by the way, the referee ruled Brock Lesnar retaining the title and winning this match because his back hit the mat first. In a steel cage match, that's not how the rules go. In a steel cage match, the only way you can win is by pinfall or submission or escape through the cage. When you escape through the cage, both feet must hit the floor. Brock Lesnar's feet did not hit the floor first. Roman Reigns' did. Because when Roman Reigns speared Brock Lesnar through the cage and broke, he rolled over and then his feet hit. When Brock Lesnar's feet, they were not hitting. They were still on that broken cage wall. There you go. Roman Reigns is your Universal Champion. He got fucking screwed over. This is a piss-poor finish to a piss-poor match. I fucking hated this whole thing. As I said, WrestleMania 34, this match was the worst main event in WrestleMania, and I still go by it. And this match is a million times better. However, 1 million times 0 is still 0, but I'm giving it a 3. Just a stupid ending and another huge botch because they couldn't figure the science behind the cage breaking, so they had to make up a new rule saying if any part of your body hits the floor first, you win the match. No, it's both feet hit the ground first. Both feet hit the floor first. It's like the Royal Rumble match. You go over the top rope, both feet hit the floor in order for an elimination to count. That's like saying in a Royal Rumble match, as long as you go over the top rope, it doesn't matter what body hits first, you're eliminated. That's exactly what that would be like. Anyways, let's move on to, speaking of which, the 50-man Royal Rumble match. The greatest Royal Rumble match, and there's nothing going on for it. 50-men enter, only one can win, and they win this big-ass trophy that broke the next day. They also win a championship belt that looks cool as fuck, but we never see it again. Braun Strowman wins the 50-man greatest Royal Rumble match, last eliminating Big Cass. I give it a 6 out of 10 for one reason and a few reasons. Daniel Bryan, Braun Strowman, Big Cass, and Kevin Owens were your final 4. Daniel Bryan lasted 76 minutes and 5 seconds, which is now a new record. And Braun Strowman eliminated 13 men, which is now a new record. Now, WWE, for some reason, is counting this Royal Rumble match. And I don't understand why. if you're counting this Royal Rumble match, then that means every single Royal Rumble match that ever happened, whether it was at the Royal Rumble show or not, fucking counts too. So that midget Royal Rumble match that Hornswoggle won with the little Boogeyman and little Finley and all that crap going on, little Undertaker, that's canon. The one that Owen Hart won in Madison Square Garden, that's canon. All those tryout Royal Rumble matches they did way back in 1987 before they even did the Royal Rumble match, those are canon. Those are all canon. Anyways, that's not what I'm here talking about. Hornswoggle's in this match. The Great Khali is in this match. Then you have some guy named Hiroki Sumi. Who the fuck is Hiroki Sumi? This is the guy who's supposed to be Yokozuna, because the prince did not know Yokozuna was dead for 18 fucking years. I can understand you not knowing the Ultimate Warrior past. I guess that urban legend didn't fly to Saudi Arabia. I can understand that. But Yokozuna's been dead for 18 years. Here comes Hiroki Sumi, who kind of looks like Yokozuna, but isn't. Just so that they can say, hey, yo, you wanted Yokozuna, or you wanted a Yokozuna in the match. Well, there's Yokozuna for you. But that's not the biggest highlight of this match. The biggest highlight is the Titus World Slide. Number 39, it's Titus O'Neil. He's running. And before he could slide in, he trips, he falls onto his face, slides underneath the ring, comes back out, gets back in, embarrasses the shit out of him, and it's hilarious as fuck. And that is the visual. That is the highlight of this whole show. Forget the Royal Rumble match itself. It lasted like 8 minutes. 50 men, who the fuck cares? Undertaker buried Rusev. John Cena wins a easy match against Triple H. That was nothing like the WrestleMania 22 match. You had so on and so forth. Who cares about the steel cage match? Big Cass was almost killed by Bobby Lashley. You had that stupid botch finish with the cage match. You had the whisper in the wind that was this far wide, and Jinder Mahal took the bump anyways. And then to cap it all off, Titus World Slide. He trips, he falls, slides underneath the ring. It wasn't just the fact that he slipped and fell on his face like the Shockmaster did, but like the Shockmaster whose helmet fell off of him and took it back on. Just like that, Titus O'Neil fucking slides underneath the ring too. And he comes back out, and so basically you can replay that over and over and over again. I should give the Royal Rumble match itself for that botch 10 on 10. I should give the whole show a 10 just because, like I said, the whisper in the wind, the steel cage botch, and the Titus World Slide. But I'm giving it a 5 out of 10. I'm Daniel Roggs 08. That was Sweet Saudi Money, Episode 1, The Phantom Rumble, the greatest Royal Rumble. And I'll catch you next time for Crown Jewel, a.k.a. Sweet Saudi Money, Episode 2, Attack of the Mac. Goodbye.